Yo, there was a game yesterday. Apparently it was 2-2. But that's what I believe. It's the reaction show. Arsenal, Chelsea. Let's get it.
We are Arsenal. We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
No mercy.
We're Arsenal. Forever. We are Arsenal.
Road to Wembley.
We love Arsenal.
Oh yes.
We are Arsenal.
Can't stop us.
We're Arsenal. Forever. Tony Adams. Ray Parlour.
Welcome, good evening. It's the reaction show. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Yeah, it's pre-season. We all know that. Do you know what I mean? But it's a good kind of barometer to see where both squads are. And tonight to discuss all things Arsenal and how good or bad we were. I've got my man, Gumza. How you doing, sir?
I'm here.
Bless. And of course, the irrepressible, the unnerving, the joker of the pack, Nigerian Englishman, One Touch TV. What's happening, bro?
Yeah, done now.
Love it.
Wait, I'm in my feelings, bro. Wait.
You there.
Hey, you know you gotta get the shoulder going and that. All right. Oh yeah, now my people, my people.
No.
How far now?
Listen. Do we? I'm gonna ask you a question straight up. Do we have any reason to be this hyped up?
Bro, we do not have zero reason to be this excited. But I will not let this football team defeat me, bro. I will not allow it.
Oh, what are they doing to us, man?
Bro.
Listen. You know, from I swear it was only a couple of weeks ago, right? We was talking about us being excited, us saying that, you know what, this could be a great transfer window if we get this, and this, and this. And you know what? I'm not gonna make this obviously into a transfer show, but I'm a little bit worried now. I'm gonna hold my hands up, okay? I'm a little bit worried, and this is gonna be a big. I don't know, man. This Arsenal PR machine is spinning us some serious spin.
Can I put my hands up first?
Go ahead, please.
I take full responsibility. Lord, strike me down if you feel you need to. Because I know I've been backing it, and I've got something on you, man, on my side saying, actually, you're talking a bit of sense. Maybe you're right, and I'm totally wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The last 2 days have hurt my heart, bro.
Listen, man, it's
Wow.
Not even the result. The result and the performance.
Yeah, the result has nothing to do with how I'm feeling.
Yeah, nothing. The performance.
So do you know what? Let's dive straight into that. Do you know what? With no further ado, let's dive straight into that. I mean, what I want to ask you guys, right, is in regards to, okay, we've got a couple of new players in. We know at least two of them are not our first team, going to be first team regulars. They're not any improvements. I in my opinion, on the first 11 that we finished up with last year. One of them is Ben White. He came on a sub. But to me, it's much of the same. Gumza, I know you was there. How did it feel? What was the feeling? There must have been some frustrations.
Did you ask for a refund?
You know, just sent my email just now. Nah, it's you can see the frustration with some of the fans. I'll be honest, I stayed because I took a lot of my boys from the football team there, so a lot of them was their first time. So after the game, we showed them around the stadium, and then we waited where, you know, the players come out of that little tunnel entrance, kind of exit thing. Waited down there, and again, some of the players got really good receptions. Well, majority got really good reception, but it was interesting when Bellerin and Xhaka came out. The reception they got, a lot of fans booing, especially when Bellerin come out. Wow. Yeah, it was. Yeah, honestly, like Abba got absolutely swarmed. And to be fair to Abba, so he came out after Pepe, but where Pepe come out, he didn't get the angle right, so he kind of stopped. But then it meant Aubameyang had to stop. So then all the fans just rushed in front of Aubameyang's car. He couldn't get out, bruv. Like, he got out. I'll send you a lot of the videos. He got absolutely mobbed. And then later on, he got up the road and he got blocked at traffic lights, and the fans again just chased him. But to be fair to him, one of the boys who was with me, he got right up to the car and was filming. Abba's smiling and waving, like, you know, some of them keep their head straight. To be fair to Abba, he was still like engaged and kept his windows closed, but
He's the club
he
captain.
saw the good side of it. So
Fair
but yeah,
dude.
Bellerin and Xhaka, their reception wasn't great. And it's telling. I watched the game yesterday, as I said, and it's much of the same. And it kind of deflated me a bit because I think as much as I like the signings we've made, it hasn't addressed the big issues, which we all, at the end of the year, there was a couple of positions we said, these are the big issues. Obviously, Odegaard going back, so we need to replace him.
Yep.
Central midfield, we can see we got a player in Partey, but he needs a good partner. And right back is the problem area as well. And it seems like those three positions haven't been addressed. And
That's cool.
yeah,
And I guess, do you know what? As much as the fans' anger is misguided, right? Look, it's not. You got to put it really right. It's not Bellerin's fault. It's not Xhaka's fault that he's playing. That they're playing. It's not their fault, right?
100%.
It's the manager's picking them. I mean, as it happens, Bellerin makes a huge cock up for their second goal, right? Puts it on a plate to. And you got to ask yourself the question. Okay, there's one thing, you've got bad players, right? But what is the manager doing, playing the same players that are making the same mistakes? Nigerian. I mean, you get. Oh, you're rubbing your hands.
Hey, bruv, you're gonna hear the accent more than ever before tonight.
I know, man, because it's pure London I'm hearing, and now that is coming out.
They enter me. Look, my issue is this, yeah. Why do we keep persisting in doing things that we know don't work? That's my issue. Like, I'm not even too mad about playing certain players and etc., giving this guy a chance, that guy a chance to an extent. Don't get me wrong. But why are we doing the same stuff? Did we not figure out Aubameyang cannot play on the left last season? Did we not figure that out? And Gumza made a good point in the group chat yesterday. He talks about how he doesn't get a sniff in the middle, so he needs to go on the left to get a bit more of the ball. And I hear that, but my issue for the fact that he doesn't get enough of the ball in the middle is unpopular opinion. Oh yeah, Arsenal fans, don't kill me. But,
I'm ready for the comments. I'm ready for the comments.
But it's because of ESR. It's because of Emile Smith-Rowe, bro. And our lack of number 10s in our squad. So
you're saying that Emile Smith-Rowe is not creative enough?
Like, he's not creative. Yeah, definitely, 100%. He doesn't look for that killer pass enough. He's not. Whenever he has the ball, he's not looking for where's Abba. Like, are you making a run?
Actually, do you know what? That's a good question. Actually, who is that player for us?
For me, that's why I was so excited to get Buendia, because if you watch him and Pukki together, as soon as Buendia gets the ball, Pukki's off. As soon as Buendia gets the ball, he's looking. Where the heck is Pukki? Same thing with kind of Maddison and Vardy as well when they're actually playing together. Right. So either of those two, I wouldn't mind at the end of the day. And don't think I'm here to bash Smith-Rowe, because I'm not. He's an exceptional player, exceptional talent. And he's going to go on to do great things. But because of those little tweaks, that's why I said he's not ready for that main number 10 role just yet. I think in 18 months, we're going to see a beast of a player when it comes to Smith-Rowe. But again, he needs that creative player to push him, as I was saying on the last stream, to make him raise his level, because I don't think someone on his level is going to help him raise his level. Or if we give him that number 10 role and say, you're the main guy, he won't raise his level, I don't believe. And I believe yesterday showed us that we still need that creative spark. Yeah.
It's wow. Things should have been so.
Do you think, just touch on what Nigerian's saying? Like, I do agree with him. We lack that creative in the 10, but I'm always a big believer of you got to get the ball to them in them positions. And I'm being real. Smith-Rowe didn't get a touch behind the Chelsea midfield. The only time he got it was when we robbed. I think he actually robbed it off Kovacevic, one of the two. Then he drove and hit. No, Partey intercepted one and it bounced to Smith-Rowe, and then he cut in and hit the left foot shot and hit the post. But apart from that, we couldn't even get them in between the lines. And this is where the central midfielder is very important, who's going to break lines with passes, because as much as I do agree with you, like a Maddison, even an Odegaard looks for the striker more than Smith-Rowe, or Smith-Rowe is more going to drive. But actually, if the ball doesn't get to them guys in them positions, we've had the same issue that Ozil had. Ozil was the guy who's looking for all the passes, and we still couldn't get him on the ball in an area where he could affect the game. So it comes from deep. I was watching again in the stand. When you're watching on TV, you can see so much. In the stadium, you can see more. And I was watching the rotation of Chelsea compared to the rotation at Arsenal. So when the back line's got the ball, how Rob Holding kept getting sucked in was because Ziyech is coming out wide, coming inside, dropping into midfield, and Holding's going with him. And it's just creating space. And them man are just flipping into the channels and going. And I watched Ben White had the ball at one stage. He had the ball at his foot for about 10 seconds, and he's looking and not one bit of movement coming. He then just went back to Leno, and it's like, actually, when you watch it there, you can see it firsthand.
See what's going on.
Why we can't get past the press. Yeah, it was.
You know what? When you break it down like that, it's really kind of scary. You know what's going on, because then, listen, we now got Partey in the midfield, and you know what the thing is for me is like, from what I saw, Partey was brilliant yesterday. He's probably the best player on the pitch until he actually went off. Actually, just we got Paxton Road. Looking forward to seeing Partey this season. Looks like November. Hey,
definitely ain't looking forward to seeing no Partey this season, bro. Trust me.
Yeah. But the thing is, Paxton Road TV. I'm looking forward to seeing Kane not playing at Spurs. Gunnar King again, Nigerian. I know you ain't putting yesterday on ESR, right?
Can I respond? Well, like I'm not putting yesterday's result on ESR at all, and I wasn't even talking about yesterday's result per se. I'm just talking about
the way we're set up, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking about how like it was highlighted yesterday. I believe the reason for yesterday's result is Mikel Arteta and the board, but I'm sure we'll go into that. But I still think there's still a lot missing in Smith Rowe, but he's got the
nowhere
environment.
Nowhere near the guy.
But I won't lie, I don't, because it appears that we're not going to start the season with Saka because of the long break he's getting. So I don't actually mind Smith Rowe starting on the left and Pepe on the right for the first couple of games of the season. I'm not a biggest fan of him on the left, but get him some more game time, get him in the flow of things as well, and hopefully we would have signed a number 10 by then. But in terms of what you were saying about
Ozil, there, bro.
Yeah, I know, very much so. But in terms of what Gums was saying about Ozil, I would say I would have really loved to see Ozil playing in front of Partey and El Neni.
Yes.
And seeing how that looked before I made my judgment on that, because the biggest travesty at Arsenal is not ever protecting Ozil the way he was supposed to be to flourish at the club, I think. And by the time
no. I agree with you. If you look at the midfield that Madrid had at the time, you're looking at the players like Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric wasn't there. I'm not sure if he was there or not when Ozil was there. But definitely Cruz and Casemiro. Now, those two players can pass. Okay, those two players can actually do a lot of the legwork of what goes on in there. And the thing
had Arteta, Ramsey in the middle, Coquelin and Cazorla. Yes. Sick as Cazorla was, don't get me wrong.
Cazorla,
100%. And I still believe to this day, if we bought a player like Thomas Partey that season that Coquelin broke through, he would have been a bad boy player too.
100%. And I think that's the problem that we have, is that we need. Okay, Partey can play. You know, he played some lovely balls yesterday. However, we do need someone, I think, who's that bit more creative. And you know what? The more I think about it, the more I see Neves as probably the player who would be a brilliant partner for Partey to bridge that gap. We need someone in there in that midfield who actually can pick passes from long range. And also,
do you know what's also important? Sorry, just touching up on again what you're saying. I think Neves or someone like that would be decent. Is you saw it with Chelsea yesterday. They didn't press Sambi and Partey. They're saying they pressed El Nene and Xhaka.
Why?
And it's almost like they can feel we might get joy. We might get joy if we press one of them two more.
Yes, because they know they're not comfortable. Those two players can do bits. They can do something out of the ordinary to kill the press.
Yeah, if you press me, I will get us out. Now we catch you. Yeah, whereas they seem to target El Nene or Xhaka more. Because we'll click when Lokonga put in, was it Pepe? and he's got the balls turned into space, and he's just gone forward, and no one's really engaged him, and he's able to pick a pass. Whereas it seemed like El Nene wasn't kind of getting that kind of time in the pitch because
that's
I think
embarrassing.
that's
embarrassing. It's embarrassing the fact that Arteta can't see that he's got deficiencies in his team, and he's still continuing with those players, and then telling us or spinning it that Xhaka is
that talk that deflated me. I'm telling you,
All right.
I refuse to put an Arsenal shirt on today or a top or anything. I can't do it. Like I'm ready to revoke my membership. Right? Go on, take it.
The Xhaka situation, like I'm praying that it's a tactic. I'm thinking, do you know what? We got a few new negotiators in the club right now. Do you get me? So maybe they're trying some different tactics to the past. And they're trying to say, do you know what? We can keep him. We have got enough room to keep him. But if you lot want him, come and pay the money. And hopefully that happens. Because if you look at everything that's happened since the last game of the season, we can't keep Xhaka. The shit he's been saying,
at best, Xhaka should be a squad player. He should be a squad player at best.
Brother, I saw him go like this to the badge yesterday. I wanted to slap him through the TV, brother. Are you mad? After you did throw the captain's armband on the floor and you're talking about...
And he's busting that.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's hurt my heart. Like, and the fact is Arteta's come out and said 100% he's staying. Like, whereas with Willock and Bellerin, he was a bit more like, they're our players, we're going to work with them. But with Xhaka, at first I thought it's just a ploy to say, boy, pay the money or he ain't going nowhere. But now I'm thinking, actually, are they offering him a new contract? Like, and man, I hope not. I can't do another season.
Where did it get? There was no grey area, was there? Where did it get from he's gone to we're giving a new contract?
What's it called? Basically, Roma are taking the piss out of us.
Yeah, Roma offered 13 mil or something, didn't they?
It's not even 13 million pounds. Euros. Euros. Now, wow. Oh, bro, they're mocking us. And if this is a tactic, I'm all for it. And then he ends up going for 20 million euros. Boom, boom, boom. You smashed it, whoever you negotiated are. Great stuff. But if I see that mother bleeper in my squad, in an Arsenal top next season, the only time I want to see him in it is like his training top when he's leaving to the airport or something. That's it.
He's on holiday. He's got an old training top there.
Literally about... It was good to get back home yesterday. Shut up, bruv. No one's chopping that nonsense. You madman.
Yeah, that was deep. That was deep, and it's scaring me about what this club is doing. I just want to King. I know King's not on today, right? But I tell you what, he's very, very active here. Obviously, he's talking about facts that Gama's on my man. You know, he's talking about And then, as you're saying here, when the party went off, the centre midfield was not dominant and could not get the ball to ESR. In the final third, at all apart from when he pressed, got the ball himself and shot against the post. Yeah, the thing is, the problem is now is that we're too reliant on one player. All right, and at the moment, his injury record, whilst at Arsenal, man, we must be some cursed club. The dude in about 10 years only been injured like 6 games or whatever when he's at Atletico, and all of a sudden comes to us and he's 17 games into 1 year. He's ready. Man, we're cursed. We're cursed. Gonna keep ESR, Martinelli and Saka our future, and we're not shining every game. Watching them grow. Yeah, do you know what? Listen, the problem is we're not even talking about those 3. We're talking about behind those 3. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is the problem, and it's never been addressed. We've always ever kind of like, you know, when we've needed 2 players in midfield, we've always got one, then waited, and then that other one's either left or whatever, or got really crap or whatever it is, and then we've tried to then replace it. We've never just gone out and fixed the problem one time. Do you know what I mean? Never.
100%.
Give them patience, and we can't hold stuff against them if they're not getting the ball. Yeah, listen, that's true.
I think Gunnar King is missing the point here.
Yeah, we're not talking about these boys. We're talking about
Let me get to where I am in it. Like, I agree that with the next comment he said, like, but he's in a state of delirium because obviously he thinks we're an ambitious club, and it's hard to see that 12 days before the first game of the season we haven't fixed our major issues, but yet we fixed an issue that was an issue but not a major one with 50 million, which is weird. You'd fix that first before something else.
Doesn't make sense.
Like, in terms of Bissouma and Neves, I would love that to happen. If I believe that he could bring in Basuma, Neves, a number 10, and a right back, I'll be excited. But Omar, forget that right back, oh. You know they land. Sorry. Chambers and what's his name? Cedric are our right backs. And don't get me like people, I don't want you to get twisted. Although this is a match review show, this is my anger is not about the game. Because at the end of the day, if that was a real Premier League game, we would have drawn 2-2. Because VAR would have showed you it was a goal, isn't it?
No doubt.
But so I'm not even too upset about that situation. Do you get me? But when it comes to the actual the individual errors again, like, and it's the same culprits, the Bellerin, the Xhakas, the Ernenis, the Lenners. It's not like there's different people that do this nonsense. It's the same culprits every time.
You know the saying, don't you? You know the saying. You know the saying about a madman who thinks he's going to get a different result by doing the same method. That's becoming a bit like Arteta at the moment, playing Xhaka, playing Bellerin, expecting different results, but week after week getting the same issues, errors, and I'm even going to put Leno into this.
Of course, don't leave him out. So
I'm sorry, man. I'm putting Leno into this, and I think he's getting more and more exposed. The more that Arteta is trying to stamp his style of play and how he wants to play, the more and more it seems that Leno is getting exposed for what he's not, and he's not a ball playing goalkeeper. He's not a super keeper.
Do you reckon we could do a swap with,
I'll give him that. I'll give him, but his decision making.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Like, but again, I also look at. I'll be real. I said I was sat behind Leno in the second half, and the same thing I say when Ben White's got the ball. The movement's not great, and to be fair, when they do make a move, sometimes it's like they're not spotting it, or it's a second too late. Like, it's just a bit of everything. I think I've always been one to defend Arteta, but then again, watching that and then watching Chelsea, and I was like, yeah, they get to an area and it's like they don't know where the next move is, and I don't know if that is.
So let me ask you the question then.
Let me ask you somewhere.
Can you see? I mean, I know my answer, but and I'll ask you both. Can you see a gulf in terms of what the manager has set his team up to do, and the players knowing what to do?
I'll be honest. Chelsea didn't have their strongest 11. They did have some good players there.
But did their players know?
They knew their patterns. As I said, Ziyech and Havertz, they were staying wide, and then they're coming into the centre backs, and then they're dropping into midfield. And Hudson-Odoi was just going. Like, Chambers had a horrible evening because Hudson-Odoi is showing and he's spinning. And if you look at the goal, there was a chance before where Mari, I think, intercepted it, where he was left 2-on-1. And it's like, we got away with it. And then literally 5 minutes later, we got caught in the same position. When you actually I saw the replay when I got in, like, Holding had gone in with Ziyech, and there's like 3 Arsenal players there. And then by the time it came and flipped back out, the last thing you want is Havertz against Mari, and then not Havertz, sorry, Werner against Mari, and then Havertz the other side. Like, Mari didn't stand a chance. And it happened about 3 times, and we got lucky twice. But so to me, it showed when you can consistently do the same thing and get joy from it, that's been worked on. It wasn't just a fluke moment and all of a sudden they caught us. Actually, they've worked that pattern because they've done it. And even the start of the second half, they almost got in once as well. Ben White got caught.
So Nigerian, could you see any way that we played that we set up some kind of pattern of play? Do you think, or do you think it was just?
That same noise you made. That's how I felt for the whole game. And you know what? This is how I know that something crazy happened in that game yesterday, because I found myself thinking, you know what? Is Tammy Abraham that bad? I swear. Like, that's how the game just flipped on me, because I was thinking, okay, hear me out. Unpopular opinion, I'm sure.
We made him look like CR9.
Brother, he was doing madness. Like, if he could
made him look like Ronaldo.
If he could finish, he would have had a hat trick. But that's the thing. That's why I said he kind of gives me Welbeck vibes, because when it came to Welbeck, I've never seen someone make so many amazing runs.
Yeah.
But then when they get to the clinical point, if you watch all of Welbeck's goals, have you ever seen him hit the corner in any of his goals? It's either like just past the keeper under the legs or something. Like it was random in it because he got into the best positions and couldn't finish. But the only reason I like a player, and I think I'm going against wanting that Martinez guy, even if we have the money. The reason why is because I don't know him to be like a target guy, good in the air, and I believe
he's not that
from
type
what
of
you,
player.
from what you were saying about and from what Gumza was just saying about how Leno looked and Ben White looked in terms of they're looking up for someone to pass it to. If we have at least a target man that Leno can just ping it up to and that'll win a header, then that would give us another option. So
yeah.
Like,
And also Tammy's going to run
guy.
channels.
I'm not saying Tammy's the guy, but you see his build and he's tall. That's sort of someone that's physical, good in the air, that can win a ball that's coming down to him. Like that's the type of striker we need alongside having a Aubameyang or whatever, because we need something different, I believe.
And just to touch on that as well, there's some strikers in the Premiership who aren't the most cultured strikers, but they're a handful and they're a problem to play against. And I look at Timo Werner, like as much as everyone's onto him because his finishing hasn't been up to standard, the importance he makes to that Chelsea team is massive because he stretches defenses. He does the runs no one else don't want to do. You've always got to think, where is he? He's got a bag of assists as well last year. And actually, if he does convert, do you know what I mean, 5 more chances next season, that's going to be 30 plus DNA. Yeah, he got the assist yesterday. Yeah.
So where are we going wrong? Where's Arteta going wrong? What in the way that we're set up? Fair enough. I know first and foremost personnel. Okay, we know certain players shouldn't be there. Okay, but however, certain the way that we play, we should be set up in a certain way in order to know exactly how we see what we want to do, how we want to play. I'm really struggling to see a pattern to our play. I really am, and that's now beginning to worry me because what it is now is that the players that he has, whether they're not following his instructions correctly or they can't do what he wants them to do, but I'm struggling to see an actual with these crop of players, and now this is starting to become his team now. He's worried that go please go.
You going first?
The most worrying thing for me is we had more of a style of play in his first 5 games than his last 5 games that I've watched. That's the thing that worries me. Like, shouldn't it be supposed to be getting worse where we can't even see it anymore? Like,
we just don't look like scoring. We don't look dangerous. We do not look dangerous. And that is the thing that worries me.
When we start an attack, like I'm not thinking, this is gonna end in a chance on goal, I'm just thinking, okay, another sideways. Xhaka try to be a quarterback. Nah, he's not interested. Pass it sideways again. Like I just don't get why we're doing the same stuff. Like this
with
is
the same players.
Look, this is what I say to Maitland-Niles. I say, look, it's either you're going to be a right back or you're going to leave. That's it. None of this centre midfield nonsense anymore. You know
what though, Nigel, and you know what I would probably say what he's probably thinking, which I would probably right now, I'm just now seeing. He might be saying, wait 1 second, we've got all these midfielders, they're not doing nothing, and you're telling me I can't play midfield. Give me a chance in midfield. Let me see if I can do something different. That's what he's probably going through his mind. Do you know what I mean? Because he's saying, you trying to tell me I'm worse than these guys that are playing midfield right now?
You are, but this is what I'm saying. he shouldn't have had the chance to make that argument. That's my issue. Like at the start of the season, it should have been, look, there's a future for you at the club as a right back. Are you down? Yeah. If he says no, okay, we're gonna have to sell you. The end of no other discussion is needed there. Another thing, look, Aubameyang doesn't work on the left. Nketiah, look, you're not going to be a centre forward for Arsenal Football Club. Try this left side thing. If you can make that work, maybe you can squeeze yourself into the squad. If not, you're off. And then this summer, we're supposed to be getting rid of Nketiah. But again, we'll save that topic for another stream. But
to be fair, he's been looking decent in pre-season, He's been looking decent.
Then great. That
I know you don't.
25 mil instead of 20 mil we can get from them. Great. And a buyback.
Yeah. My biggest frustration, again, the style of play is not there, but I think it's what Nigerian said earlier, when we're just persisting with the same players. Like, if we, not saying it's all Bellerin and Xhaka's fault, but if that is Maitland-Niles, do you know what I mean, in the right back, makes a decision, you think, all right, he's made one, persevere with him a little bit. But it's because it's constant then, man. Like, if that's Willock in midfield, then again, I have a little bit of patience with him because it's new. But when you've been seeing this for the last 3 years,
4 years, man.
I'm just like, when are we going to just... Like, we've done it to Ozil, and most of the fans backed it. Do you know what I mean? At first, it was like, why are you left? Why have you frozen out Ozil? We ain't got no credit. And he's like, actually, do you know what? It is what it is. So, do you know, if we can't sell Bellerin and Xhaka, and he says, them man was going to get the same treatment, I ain't even fussed at it. Like, I understand what it is. Personally, I thought we could have sold a lot of these players, but it does seem like the market is slower than everyone anticipated. So
sure.
I think that plays a big part. I do think we were gambling on selling a lot of them and then reinvesting it. And I think actually he's probably come to terms with no one don't want these players, which is understandable because why would you be buying players from a team that's been failing for the last 4 years?
Yeah.
So yeah, who's even Roma coming in, I was like, oh my God, someone actually wants him where he'd be happy to go. So, because again, if you're a manager of a team, would you taking Bellerin? Are you taking Xhaka when there's players on the up? You know what I mean? You're looking at like Mariba at Barcelona, got 1 year left, and signing. So I could go and get myself a 19, 20, 21-year-old. Or, do you know what I mean? So it's...
but you know the thing with Bellerin, yeah? Like, if I'm a manager, I'm not necessarily thinking he's washed. I'm thinking he just like this. Hear me out. I'm
change
just
of environment.
Like, a new project maybe. And especially if I'm an Italian coach in Serie A, a little bit more time on the ball. It could work. A new lease of life. Do you get what I'm saying?
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
Yeah, all these other
or Mourinho.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All the agents watching this stream, like, just hone in, like, get Bellerin's the guy. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, you're right. Like, okay. Now I was going to ask you a question, Gums. If you had 50 mil, right, at the start of the transfer window, you could either A, invest it in your number 10, or B, invest it in your number 10 and keep Saliba to see how he looks as a defender, or loan out this guy you spent 20 odd mil on and then spend 50 mil first on your defender and then be panicking 12 days to the start of the season. Which option would you pick?
I'll be honest, it'd be in a centre midfielder for me, hands down. I said right back, as much as I'm not a big fan of the right backs, but actually between Cedric, Maitland-Niles, Chambers, you got 4, and Bellerin, you got 4 in that position. So I ain't even like, I would rather give Cedric or Maitland-Niles an opportunity and just have a run at it than Bellerin. You lot saw my end of season review on that guy. I can't do no more of it, bro. Like, even when he come on and he clapped the fans, and I was just sitting there vexed, bro, just thinking. And then when he made the mistake, I swear on my life, and you saw how I slumped in the chair.
Straight in the group
I
chat as well.
slumped. I just, mate. But yeah, so for me, I said our biggest problem, I feel, even watching the game again, is that midfielder. He's just going to make things tick and get us playing a bit. And I think even giving the confidence to the front guys, because we've all played football. If you're playing with someone and you know they're not going to pass to you, does that encourage you to make them runs? Probably not. If you make that run once, it doesn't come. Twice, it doesn't come. Third time, fourth time, 10th time, it still ain't come. Why am I making that run for? Because it doesn't come. So it's that balance of, yes, the strikers' move is probably not great, but actually, when they have made good runs, you ain't found them anyway. So why am I breaking my neck to try and make that run? So, to me, it's like a whole thing. So yeah, for me, centre back wasn't the issue. Centre back was never the issue. I think for us, I think we could have coped.
Yeah, that's the
same thing I say with the keeper. Leno's not the greatest, but we can probably keep Leno for another year and address that. There's bigger issues.
We need to address the centre midfield badly. And just 1 second, just coming on to our man Gunnar Kinghead. You should have come on, King. Bring in Pesaro, bring in Neves, bring Odegaard or Madison, and bring in the right back. That's all we want.
Not much.
Not much, bro. You know what I mean? Look, everyone can see it. Even Stevie Wonder can see it.
Look at that, yeah. Let's say, now I'm just trying to be economical.
Take 2 out of that
situation, right? Let me be economical about this
situation. Yeah, let's be Arsenal about it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna remove the right back situation. I'm just gonna, because I know we're Arsenal. I'm gonna remove the right back and just hope Ainsley, Chambers, or Cedric will figure that out. I would buy Basuma, what, 35 mil?
Yeah.
Neves, another 35 mil. That's 70 M. And then just because I know we're Arsenal, even though I want Maddison, I don't want to not get a number 10. Do you get what I mean? So if they're saying, what were they saying, 30 mil for Odegaard, 32.7 or something
35
crazy
or something
like that?
yeah.
That's all of that work. Those are 3 players done for under 100 mil. Like, we can get
105.
that done.
105 mil.
About 105 M. Yeah, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
we can, as in, like, we're Arsenal
Doable.
Football Club. We should be able to do that, man.
Yeah, it's doable. That's doable. That's
Yeah.
definitely doable.
No. 100%.
King's not having
100%. And yeah, Mr. Silver Fox is watching on the M3. How you doing, sir?
Drive safe, bro.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. You
I
know,
hope he's got talk as he types.
yeah, exactly. Lukonga Tavares looked again bright yesterday. Pepe again getting either a goal or assist, something he has not failed to do in all preseason. Do you know what the thing is? It's good for him to have that in his game. You know, be important, be involved in actual goals scored. It's good, and obviously Lukonga and Tavares looking good, and we need that. But as much as I hope to love the guys Lukonga and Tavares, they're not first teamers.
And on that comment, because I saw on Gunner King Court, King was talking about how people are looking at Tavares and Lukonga as not really big signings. And like, look, what's happened now, King, as a result of how we've done business, we are forced to pay so much attention on those signings. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that we don't rate the signings. Everyone thinks we definitely needed a left back for sure, because he's probably going to play more than he expected to. And we definitely need cover in that DM with someone for the future with Lukonga. So we need that. But we shouldn't have to talk about the 2 squad players we signed. Do you get what I'm saying? They should just be able to go blend into the squad, go about their business, no real pressure, no real highline, just blend into the side. Where our focus should be on the first teamers.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's important, but you're right. The first 11 needs surgery, major surgery, and we have a new one, Ikuria. How you doing? Big English man. Can you say that again? I'm not really sure. I think he's referring to a previous point you made, Gunley. So we'll have to clarify that. Someone, friend of yours?
Yeah. Kester is a Chelsea man, so we suppose get him. That's why he's locked into the stream. He wanted to see 2-2. I thought it was 2-1. That's what he was saying. Nah, bro. The scoreline said 2-1, but the facts say
it's true. It's true. King's getting more and more frustrated behind the scenes here, man. Economical. I'm done hearing those words went account. It's true. At the end of it, look, I don't even give a damn. Everyone trying to banter us and saying, Ben White, 50 mil, bro. I don't give a damn. It's not my money. Do you know what I mean? As long as he's got the shirt on, he's playing. I don't give a damn. Who gives a damn? Flip those players that give us top 4 spot Europa League at worst. We can worry about the dough spent when we're counting that. Exactly. 100%.
I'm with you, King. If only our board were too.
And the Courier again he's probably just echoed a point regarding the players that we're talking about. On a very good day, them players are not fit to play for Arsenal. Listen, I mean, our first 11 needs major surgery. It's now starting to worry me. Seeing what we saw yesterday. Listen, I know everyone says, it's pre-season, and it's this and it's that, and blah, blah, blah. The only caveat I would have with that, okay, number one, it's a major rival. Number 2, you're at home. And number 3, we should be 2 weeks before the season starts at a standard where we're starting to look decent. We're starting to look nice. We're starting to have a pattern of play. New things should come into the way we approach things. Not seeing Xhaka in midfield and Bellerin right back and Aubameyang on the left. No, we've seen all that.
We don't need that again. We don't need reminder of what that looks like.
You don't need to remind us what does not work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Like, he doesn't make it easy for himself.
He doesn't, man.
I mean, watching the game yesterday, I was trying to find like some positives, things to get excited about, and I guess the things you could get excited about. Partey looked great, but he got injured.
Yes.
So I hope it's not a long one, because we definitely need him, and he's definitely getting the party started this season. I did feel out 1-1. Yeah. And also Tavares, he looks good, man. I mean, I see him playing at least 20 games this season because of how Kieran is when it comes to injuries. I see him playing
I
about
think
20 games this season, mate.
Yeah.
So he looks decent going forward. Again, I've not seen him tested defensively just yet.
He got ripped once in there, but he done
Did
the
he?
smart thing and gave away a foul. Yeah, he got absolutely torn apart.
No, but okay.
But
So he got ripped. Did the guy go past him, or did he take him down for a foul?
took him clean.
Wow.
Took
Love
him
that.
You know
clean.
what? I don't mind
Took
that.
the yellow cards. Took the yellow card and
I
got
don't
back
mind
into
that.
the mark.
I don't
Yeah,
mind that.
yeah.
If you've been done all ends up,
Brother, take
you
him
ain't
out.
going anywhere further. Okay,
Yeah,
you may get
100%.
past me, but I'm
Brother.
taking you down.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
our guy would have done that, Gums. Our guy.
Yeah. You got to take the
No,
yellow.
our
Sometimes
guy
you got to
is-
take the smart yellow and just move on, innit?
When do you get them, man?
Just say, you know what, ref,
Yeah.
ref, sorry, ref, didn't mean it.
Mhm.
Chiellini did it in the biggest game.
Listen,
Yeah, for
he
real.
holds the next man back.
He said,
Listen. Oh dear. Right. So just a couple of more of these chats, and then we're gonna call it. I think.
Okay.
Anything you want to add in terms of the goals that we gave away? The first goal was a bit of a breakaway, and
Yeah, good play in first goal.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a good goal. It was a good goal.
Do you know what? The good thing about it, I think it will highlight. We need to work on that ready for when the season starts. We got Chelsea game 2, is it? So at least we got to sort that now. So actually, we can devise how we're going to deal with that next time we play them because they're not going to change that. So
Do you
that's
see our
a saving
manager doing
grace. Hopefully, I'm hoping so because it happened a few times, and I was thinking they need to address that again. Chelsea play a 3-4-3, but what? And again, tactically, I'm watching their team, and they're playing 4 across the like 3-4-3 as such, but they ain't getting overloaded in midfield, even though we're playing with 3 in there. So tactically, they look very strong.
The thing is, they got Jorginho to come back.
They got
to
players.
keep you relaxed.
You know,
We might have to face Haaland as well in that game, just to keep you
Don't
relaxed.
say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
hopefully it's too soon.
Yeah.
But then again, he'll bang a few probably at Stamford Bridge.
Hey.
Flip's sake. Just a couple of more chats here. Yeah, Pepe's going to cook next year. I've been telling you, man, he's in the driver's seat for the car doing the revenge tour. Love that. I hope so, man. You know what? I'm really hoping that he comes of age this year and he does bit for us. Yeah, Tavares and Lonkonga already seem to be showing signs of being a shrewd purchases, worth way more than. I'd agree. They can only get better, right, with experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
And those two, alongside a couple of marquees, a great summer. It looks like
Can only get
a
better.
great window. Do you get me?
Exactly. And your man Ikuria, I just hope football followers don't blame it on COVID.
We might have to resort to that, Kester. We might have to resort to that.
Oh dear. Arsenal need 3 midfielders, 2 defenders, 1 forward, in my opinion. I don't
know about the 2 defenders.
I'd say definitely 1 defender, and I'd say definitely 1 forward, and say definitely 2.
2 centre mids and a number 10 is what we really need.
Yeah, I would say that.
CMs and a number 10 to have the cover we need.
Yeah.
But we don't.
So,
get 2 instead of 3. I don't mind. I'll take 2 instead of 3.
We'll probably end up with 1 midfielder who could play 3 positions in midfield, and he can also play centre back. And he's tall enough; he could go up front if we need a goal. He'd be the Fellaini for us. That's probably what we end up signing.
And we signed Ben White because he can fill in right back. So you hold in White. We got it, bro.
It's starting to scare me now. You know what? Because the thing is, you're probably not far from the truth.
No, I heard that we're linked with a Swiss Army knife. That's what I heard. To be fair, man.
He'll probably do a better job than Granite, but still.
Trust me, properly. Oh my gosh! 2 weeks to go to the season starts, and
just one more thing quickly.
We're already in Doomsville.
You see the problem with Arsenal, yeah? Like, this is the difference with Arsenal and Chelsea. So, with the team, like, there's 2 boys supported Chelsea. So I said, you lot can come, but you can't wear any Chelsea stuff because we're in the Arsenal end. There's no away fans. So they had to wear just normal, like, jumpers or England shirt. So when the Chelsea subs were warming up, I'm looking, thinking, who are them players? So I said to him, who's that? And he was like, Zappacosta. I'm like, he's still there. Like, who's that? Drinkwater.
Bro,
Baba Rahman. And I said,
when I saw Baba Rahman, I said they're mocking us. Bro.
But this is the thing. them players there are the equivalent to some of the players we got, and the problem is we got them players in and around our first team.
Yes,
Whereas
them
them
players are
lot, you
just
don't even
in the
know their
shop
players are still there.
No,
Them
yeah.
lot have been
Drinkwater,
Zappa
I can't remember him, boy. Flip's
Bruv.
sake.
and the West. Do you know what the worst thing about it is?
Bruv.
Do you know why Chelsea don't ramp? Them man have got Drinkwater had number 6 on. Baba Rahman had number 5. So them lot have got first team numbers, and them man are.
Gone.
Do you know what I mean? So them
They're
lot have been
just on
signed to do a
advertising.
job. They ain't done a job. Off you go.
Gone.
You go and sit on the bench, sit in the reserves, or go on loan. And so they're there making up numbers. But for us, like we've got them guys in and not being horrible to some of our players, but them guys are the ones we're looking at to start the season again. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference, isn't it? Like we don't. When there's a problem, we don't address it quick enough, or ain't got that ruthless streak to say, boy, there's no space. Like I'm just signing someone on top of you. I know we don't have Abramovich money, but that's the big difference. You know what I mean? I know it's pre-season, so yeah, Drinkwater could get minutes, but guaranteed,
Yeah, but do we
He
need
ain't seeing the first team.
money to make the signings that we need to make?
No.
not always. Because again, as Gunnar just said as well, look at what we just signed in Lokonga and Nuno,
Yep.
who look like good players. Like, yes, they're not well beaters yet, but actually, you throw in there Martinelli, who's cost 7 million. You throw in a Guendouzi, who's 7. Do you know what I mean? There's players out that you can get for a good price. There's a lot of players with 1 year left on their contract as well.
Yeah.
And we, do
Bro.
you know what I mean? Just need to be a bit braver and just.
We can get Renato Sanchez for £30 million.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking to the guy, even though I'm sure there'll be a lot of competition. But, at least,
is he the
at
answer to our
least get
problems?
involved, brother. But are you not telling me
Anything's better.
Sanchez and Partey in the middle of the park with a number 10? What?
Anything's better.
That is a
Yeah.
madness.
I think
That is
anything's
a
better. I think,
absolute madness, bro.
but you know, even the element of surprise, because again, as I said, you watch Chelsea target Xhaka and El Nene. You watched it. It was with the balls getting into them, you get as tight as you can. But when it was Partey or Sambi that dropped in, they backed off and let them have the ball. And it's that element of actually give me someone who could do and just
Yeah.
you could. The same as
Keep the
Werner. If
ball.
you know there's a
Protect
threat
the ball.
there, you change your tactics a
You
little
drop
bit just
back.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as when teams play ABBA. They say you can't leave him with space
Can't
back there.
leave
We've
him
got to
in
drop
space.
off a bit.
Yeah.
It stops things. So just by having that thought in the back of your head creates more space for you. Whereas when you got them to a midfield, teams are saying just go and press them. Go and press them because they make a mistake and Leno's not good enough to hurt you with a pass over the top or pick another person. So yeah, we're in a bad way. I want to be positive, but
Wow. So
You got there, guys.
Korea, Chambers and Holden should just go. I agree
Hey,
definitely with
that's
Holden.
echoing what I said.
You
Not
said,
being
bro.
horrible to them, but we're building teams around them guys who certain clubs, them man, you know what I mean? Like a Phil Jones, that's how them lot would be looked upon it if they was at other
They'll be
people's clubs.
way back there, way back.
Yeah.
Not even getting a look in. They'll be begging to leave. Chelsea. Okay, bro, give us.
Yeah, I'll take Joe.
Adoy.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I just made okay. We'll have to have a look at that tweet, Gunner. You man are killing his career. Free Joe, come to the carpet. Listen,
I take him, bro. I take him.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's
yeah.
Right now.
Because he
I
could
don't
do something
understand
out of
it.
the ordinary. He can do something out of the ordinary.
Mm.
where
Korea,
are they playing
apart
right
from Partey and Smith Rowe, let's just say Shaka, of course.
Let's
The
not say
three
Xhaka,
can't
though.
play all games and all season. That's why I'm saying 3 fresh midfielders. Yeah, no, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. You're probably right. If we're it's Arsenal, man, and we'll make do with 2, man. We'll be happy with 2, even though we should get 3.
Yeah, even if
Would
we
you
don't make
have been angry?
signings,
Bro,
go on.
I wouldn't have been angry if yesterday Aziz made the mistake instead of El Neni. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been angry because at least he's getting minutes. Do you get what I mean? Like, but no, he's still persistent to play the same dead man. He's
Yeah,
been getting
I'll be real.
excited about the youth, but why not play them?
Wow. You know what, guys?
If he's banking on selling these players for 100 million, any of them. So, in fact, we've got to go forward with what we got. Play the hell them boys because, you know, I see so much more from them, man, than I see from some of their first teamers. So, do you know, I could accept if you come out with that and say, look, I don't want these, man, but I can't sell them. I'm giving them the Ozil treatment. I'm just going to play Willock. I'm going to play Sambi. I'm going to play
That's
Aziz.
what
I could accept it.
I really wanted to touch on briefly was Willock. Yes, he made it 2-2.
Let's see what Kester's got to say about that one. Let's see if he comes up.
He made it 2-2. Great goal, great finish. Is there a place for him?
Yeah, I think he offers what we've lacked, where someone who's gonna run past the strikers, someone, do you know what I mean, gonna get up the pitch. Does he start the season? Probably not, but actually he's got a role to play. I feel he has got a role to play. Like the whole move was quite nice. He started with Sambi into Pepe. He's then made the late third man run. He's hit it clean as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he struck it clean.
Right. Decent.
Yes, he's got a part. I feel he's got a part to play. And as I said, I'd much rather him play, make mistakes, than actually playing. Again, we're playing that double pivot. You're playing safe, aren't you? When you're playing El Nene Partey or Xhaka Partey, you're just playing safe, in my opinion. And I'd much rather us have a bit of a go.
At least.
Yeah. I think there's only two games where I say, okay, I'm happy for you to play safe, and that's Liverpool and Man City. Apart from that, really honestly, we should be matching up anybody 11-3-11. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're the only two I'll say, yeah, like that one there, yeah, I mean, you might have to change your tactics a bit more and sit in and go with the defensive-minded players. But, yeah, for me, it's about, if Arteta's going to get sacked, at least get sacked having a go.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Go on your sword, innit?
You never know.
Like,
You know
fall on
what
your
might
sword.
happen? You might get pushed into a corner and start having a go, and then stumble upon a formation like he did last year, didn't he? Well, guys, look. Just one thing. Last one. Let's have it from Kester. Okay, let's have it. I wouldn't say two pepper words off. Yeah. So, listen. Lots of work to be done at the moment. We're not ready for our first game. However, I do still feel we've got enough to beat Brentford in our first game. But yeah, I know. Don't. Man.
The only thing I can guarantee for this season is we're gonna finish above Spurs. That's it.
Yeah. Especially
I don't know
now.
where that is. That could be 9th and they're 10th. That could be.
It could be
7th
17th and they're 18th.
Nah, definitely not. Oh, that means they go down. And we say,
Yeah, exactly. They go down. We stay.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll actually take it.
That'd be jokes.
That would be too much joke. Could you imagine?
I'm sure man like Mike will
guys.
find something to say.
Guys. Listen, thank you. Listen, it was a tough one, to be fair. As much as
I think that's the
you can
biggest,
say,
longest ever match reaction we're going to see.
yeah, because
I'm very ready to talk about the match.
We ain't done one player rating, nothing.
Yeah, they don't deserve ratings.
all right, go Bellerin.
He gets his shirt number, as I said before. I said at the end of the season, he got his shirt number. He keeps the shirt number.
Oh my god, exactly.
And that's on a scale of 1 to 100 as well, by the way, not 1 to 10.
You got a 2 for just running on the pitch, innit? That was it. Flip's sake. Well, look, guys, thank you. Listen, no doubt we have Gunslingers on Thursday, and obviously throughout the week we have more of Gunners Court. Oh, this is Armoury TV, man, and listen, man, this best not be the way that we start this whole season. So that not having it.
I'm gonna start calling these review shows therapy sessions.
Therapy sessions, yeah.
Literally.
Canner's couch.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you got the name.
There we go. Guys, you take care. Bless. Love.
Have a good one, guys.
We are Arsenal.
Wembley bound.
We love Arsenal.
Oh yes,
We are Arsenal.
no mercy.
We're Arsenal.